What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're taking a look at Elrond Egld and its recent price action, and make sure to watch the video till the end for a price prediction for the short and the long term as well. First things first, please smash the likes, subscribe and hit the bell icon. YouTube is not pushing crypto content out currently and it really helps if you hit the like. Posting 4 videos per day, so come back every day for daily updates and analysis. And make sure to comment down below for your chance to win a hardware wallet in our new monthly giveaway. Before we begin, we'd just like to say thank you all so much for the support. We're nearly at 10k subscribers, so please tap that sub button now. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So as you can see, on the daily time frame, things haven't been looking too good for Elrond recently. It has actually dropped all the way from around $170 here when we had this big correction in May, all the way down a whopping 67% from here, all the way down to around $63 currently. If we just look at from the all-time high to this drop here, it's around an 80% drop, which is obviously a massive amount. And it still looks as though with the wider market basically going sideways, Elrond is continuing to roll over. It does look as though it has found some support here at around this previous swing high of around $53, where we did see this decent bounce to the upside on the daily time frame. But obviously with the market going sideways, altcoins will continue to bleed. And this is just something that we're looking at from the charts. Obviously we don't like to see this, but we're just going to tell you what we see. We're not going to try and bias our opinion too much about what we want to happen, but we're just going to tell you what we can see is happening in the charts. And from what we can tell, it does look as though we are continuing to roll over here for Elrond. As you can see, initially in when we got the big correction in May here, we came all the way down to around $75. We actually bounced back up above 100, and we did think that this would be quite a strong level of support at around $100, but as you can see, we did continue to roll over with the market basically chopping sideways. And when Bitcoin chops sideways, altcoins usually start to bleed, and as you can see, that is what's been happening for Elrond right now. So we did get this huge bullish divergence here, basically on the hourly time frame here, and pretty much all time frames for Elrond, as we can see here. But it does seem as though we have been getting very oversold recently. As you can see, when we hit this $53 level, we were incredibly oversold. The only time we've been that oversold is when we had this correction here, and actually when we had this big correction to the downside here, when we basically went down with that first big correction that we saw in April. And as you can see, we're obviously stuck rolling over here in a downtrend for Elrond, and it seems like this will probably continue for some time unless we can see Bitcoin picking up. Bitcoin did head up to around 35k yesterday, but another tweet from Elon Musk has sent the price down again, so thanks a lot Elon. From what we can tell, it looks as though we have actually basically had somewhat of a huge overextended blow off top of some variety here. Let's just get rid of this blue line because it's not accurate on the logarithmic chart. So from what we can tell, we are currently rolling over and continuing to backtest previous levels. I do think if we do seem to continue to roll over in the market, that this $40 level here, which is this strong previous swing high, is not out of the question in our opinion. If we do see Bitcoin basically coming back down, retesting 30k again, maybe dropping a little lower. Obviously things are looking quite bearish in the markets right now again, so we're just trying to give you the most balanced and basically a realistic outcome that we can imagine. But if Bitcoin does start to pick back up, then we could be looking at Elrond basically starting to reverse out of here and come back up to these sorts of levels that we saw previously. Back above this $100 level. It doesn't seem unlikely to us if we start to see Bitcoin picking back up. Obviously, Elrond is just continuing to roll over right now because of the bearishness in the market and the general sideways chop. But as you can see, ever since we flipped bearish on our EMAs here, in the precursor to that big dump that we saw in May, the first big correction, as you can see, we've been stuck under the 20, and obviously when you're stuck under the 20, it does start to force you down, and then we got this big rollover, back-testing this previous level of support. Basically, this perfectly back-tested this previous swing low. Previous swing high here, as you can see, we kind of came down, touched this previous swing high perfectly here, as you can see. If you look at that line across, you can see perfectly touched that previous swing high. We did get this bounce, but then we came back and we basically touched this previous big correction that we saw here as well, down to $65. And then since then, we've basically been unable to flip our EMAs on this 4-hourly time frame. As you can see, we've been basically trying to get back above this, but we have been bouncing off the 50, then bouncing off the 20. we've been unable to hold the 50 as support, and we've just continued to roll over. So we will continue to find lower supports if this continues to happen. Obviously on the hourly time frame, things are looking a little bit more bullish from what we can tell. We are flipping in and out of the EMAs, flipping bullish and bearish at the minute, so it does look as though we are kind of chopping sideways more than anything. But obviously with Bitcoin basically having that recent correction back down below 30k again, Elrond has been making lower lows here, as we can see, so it does look as though we are in danger of continuing to roll over until Bitcoin can get back above that 42k level that we have highlighted as being very, very key. So currently in the short term, things not looking too good for Elrond, but if we take a look at the daily time frame, we can get an idea of what's going on. Obviously we've been rolling over massively recently, as we can quite clearly see, but we do look as though we are forming bullish divergences for pretty much all cryptocurrencies right now. As you can see on the daily time frame here, ever since the crash on the 19th of May, which is around a month ago now, you can see that we have actually been making lower lows, but we've been making higher lows on our RSI, which is an indicator, in our opinion, on the daily time frame this is, that there is a big reversal coming, and this is something that we've seen for all cryptos, which is why we're keeping our optimism. Obviously we've been flipped bearish on our EMAs on the daily time frame for a while here, and we've been stuck under the 20, continuing to roll over and not making much headway to the upside whatsoever. But as you can quite clearly see, there is definitely a bullish divergence in the works here, and whether or not this plays out soon will remain to be seen. But we are optimistic that something big is about to happen in the crypto space. Everyone is overly bearish right now, in our opinion, and usually when this happens, this is a good sign that we're probably about to do the opposite of what people are expecting and have a huge pump. So considering that we're looking at the actual technicals here, and pretty much all charts are showing that we're very oversold right now in terms of price action, but with actual higher lows on our RSI, in our opinion, things are looking like a big reversal is on the way, provided that we can get that reversal for Bitcoin. So if we just take a quick look at the weekly time frame, just to get an idea of what's going on, for some reason, I don't know why, but on some charts, basically the weekly time frame, the weekly EMA isn't showing up for whatever reason. I don't know why this is happening. I think it might be a bug, or maybe just because this chart doesn't have enough data to go by. Do we have another Egld chart that potentially has longer price history that we can see the weekly time frame on? Because on some charts it just doesn't show up. That's obviously not correct. Well, it doesn't look like we have the weekly time frame for Egld. So we'll just have to go with our intuition, but from what we can tell... Oh, is this showing up now? Is this correct? Egld USD. Is this the correct Egld? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Okay, so we've got an actual chart here. So we can see basically what we're looking at here. Is this the... this is definitely the correct chart, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so as we can see, we are in danger of losing the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame here, which is obviously one of our indications that we are potentially heading into a lot of bearish action for a crypto, or a bear market in general. As you can see, our 50 EMA here is being lost currently. For the past few weeks, we have been holding it for Egld, but we are starting to roll over here. And if we basically close the week below this 50 weekly moving average, then we are in danger of this 55 moving average. Sorry, I always call it the 50, but it's the 55. Potentially we are in danger here of rolling over and getting stuck under this EMA, and if that starts to happen, we will roll over more and more and be heading downwards. So it's important that we do get a nice bounce up for Egld over the weekend potentially, but from what we can see with Bitcoin, with it basically bouncing up over the past few days, hopefully we can get this close above this 50 EMA and hold it as support, and if that happens, then we will be golden for continuation. So in our opinion, there's not too much to say about Elrond right now. Obviously we are currently rolling over and making lower lows, but we don't think this is sustainable, and we are getting extremely oversold right now. As you can see, there is a massive amount of volume right now, and a lot of negative volume. If you look at how much these massive spikes of red in the past few days, it's been low volume in general for most altcoins. So we do think in the short term, Elrond's probably going to get a bounce soon, most likely, considering how oversold it is right now. Probably back up into this 80, 90, maybe even $100 range if we see that bounce for Bitcoin we're looking for. And we do think in the long term, we do see Elrond being at least $1,000 per token in the next year, maybe 2,000 or 3,000, depending on how much adoption and the pump, obviously, that we get with the bull market get back underway. So we are confident in the long term, Elrond's going to do very well. Obviously, in the short term, we don't like to see basically projects rolling over like this, but this will continue to happen until we can see the bounce that we want. But in the long term, we're not too concerned. We do think that Elrond has potential to do big things in the long term. So that's our update today, guys. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let us know down in the comments section below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can keep up to date with all of our videos. Remember to comment down below and be subscribed to enter into our brand new monthly giveaway for a hardware wallet. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, or sign up to YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're offering coin calls, one-to-one access to us personally, insight into our personal portfolio, daily research of crypto assets with massive potential, and access to our brand new 100x portfolio. With so many benefits, you might as well check it out below. Don't forget to get 2 free stocks with Weevil by signing up and then depositing $100 using our link in the description below. You can quite literally deposit the $100, get your 2 free stocks, and then withdraw the money, so there's no reason not to do that, and they could be valued all the way up to $1,600 each. But don't forget to actually deposit as well after signing up, otherwise you won't receive the second stock. Scammers get worse every day, so make sure to protect yourself and your crypto online with Pure VPN. Sign up below for some big discounts. You can get access to block content and protect yourself from phishing scams with super low monthly payments and high quality speeds. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.